Well, hello, everyone. Greetings during this time when we're isolated from each other. So, like most people, I'm greeting you from my living room. Here we are, and my piano, and just surrounded by music, but all by myself. And that's disturbing to me because I'm a musician. I want to share music with you. It gives me time to think about why we do what we do and why music is so important, and why at a time like this, when we're in the midst of a crisis, do we look to music for comfort, for meaning, and particularly to classical music. If you think about times of crises in the past, a piece like the Adagio for Strings by Samuel Barber, which has become a national anthem of mourning for us as in the U.S. It was played at Kennedy's funeral, for instance. It was played at the initial memorial service for 9/11. If you're not familiar with it, just look it up and you'll recognize it immediately. There's such pathos there that allows us to mourn individually, but also together, which is really the wonderful thing about this art form that we call music. The thing that I think touches us in classical music is that it's an intentional pursuit of beauty. And in that pursuit, we're able to touch something beyond, something that we might call the sublime. Just that may sound a little out there, but just think about it. You know, if you hear a Beethoven symphony and you walk out feeling ennobled, you feel like I'm a better person for having spent this last hour listening to this music, not just for myself, but we're better as a community for having experienced it together. And this is what art can do. Art is a unique form of knowledge. You might even call it wisdom. And access to things that can't be expressed in words. And when we come in contact with a great work of art, there's an intuitiveness in the way that we approach it. It connects us to something really quite foundational, quite human. It penetrates the veil between our day-to-day lives and what is ultimately important. And I would argue that music actually has a corner on the market in this way, perhaps because it's the least concrete of the art forms. There are no words attached to it. There are no images. It's the most abstract. And yet it allows us perhaps the most space in order to find our place in the world, in order to find the true meaning of our existence. The philosopher Schopenhauer called music unconscious philosophy. It gives us the time in order to think about important things. We're going to try to continue to give you this virtually. If you go to our website, sdsymphony.org, you will already find links to music, such as our performance of St. John Passion, which was created for Good Friday by Bach in 1724 for a worship service in Leipzig, Germany. But it's a masterwork, and we're making it available to you to stream free of charge, along with a podcast in 4 parts that explores that piece of music, both musically and spiritually. You'll be able to go to our website and experience our last performance, Wagner's Ring Without Words. If you were at that performance, you saw that there were visuals attached to it, wonderful illustrations by Arthur Rackham, along with a synopsis of the story. So with our friends at South Dakota Public Broadcasting, we were able to sync those two things and make it available for streaming. So you'll have access to that. In addition, SDPB has come into the Washington Pavilion in a very unusual space right outside of our offices because none of the concert spaces were available. But they captured right up until the very last moment performances by our principal musicians, chamber music, that were created just for you, just for virtual content to share. So I'd ask you to take advantage of those, to share them liberally with your friends during this period. And just know that we're not going to stop here, that we're continually looking at new ways to create virtual content for you. So keep your eyes on our website, again, sdsymphony.org, and we will stay in touch. Thank you.